way, how many are not using ChatGPT or have not logged into ChatGPT yet? Do we have any participants who have not used ChatGPT a lot? Can you all send me a not used message? Okay. There is also an option to give your reaction. All of you, if you want, you can raise your hand. There is an option to raise your hand. You can raise your hand in case you have not used much of ChatGPT. So I'm not saying not used, or maybe not used it extensively. Used it, but not used it extensively. Perfect. So in today's session, we are going to cover, I can see many of you have not used ChatGPT extensively. So in today's session, we will be covering an important part, that is what is ChatGPT. We'll try to quickly cover that. Okay, we'll try to quickly cover that. Post that, we will try to understand, right, ChatGPT's architecture in terms of what is the architecture or what is the models behind it that is powering it. Okay, so we'll try to understand that. So before we reset rest of the agenda, I would like to understand what is the point of view all, or what do you want to learn from this session? Let us try to make this session more useful. So for that, let me give a brief introduction about myself. I am Dr. Ankit. I've completed my PhD, right, from IIT Bombay. Okay. And I have written various patents and papers in the field of data science. And I'm currently leading a lot of Gen AI products. Okay. Gen AI based products. I have worked with a lot of them. Okay. So I'll be doing, this is about brief profile about me. If it would be great if all of you could briefly introduce about yourself by writing in one line your years of experience, say for example 15 years, your your current profile, say data senior manager, data engineering, and what do you look forward from this session? So for example, learn the basics of ChatGPT, right? Or is there any specific topic you want to learn today? All of you, if you can write this three sentence, right? Three word in a sentence, that would be great. All of you. Great. So good to see so much, so many of you introducing yourself. So mostly what I can see is we have a varied, experience range, but 10 years would be around the average of, the cohort we have today, right? Most of you are from technical background, though most of you have mentioned that you want to use ChatGPT for personal and professional productivity. Right? Personal and professional productivity. So this is kind of the profile we have today, right? So what I will try to do is I will focus on some part of the complex learnings of ChatGPT, that is how its architecture is, what is the models behind it. Thirdly, I can also introduce to all of you, how we use ChatGPT, right? As per the agenda, how do we use or optimize ChatGPT for specific use case? Okay, so I will talk about something called as prompt engineering. Okay, lastly, if there is some discussion, if there is some time, we may discuss about ChatGPT. We can discuss about ChatGPT and how you can integrate it into your products. Okay, so there are a mix of some complex topics we will discuss today. We will start with the basics, but we will come and try to understand the more complex parts of ChatGPT. Okay, perfect. Let us try to move and understand what is ChatGPT, right? Let us try to understand what is ChatGPT. So essentially, there is a company known as OpenAI. How many of you have heard about OpenAI? How many of you have heard about OpenAI? So OpenAI is a company or is an organization. You search online for it. So recently, it has released another product. So ChatGPT is one of the product of this company. Okay, so OpenAI is the company, is the organization in which ChatGPT is a product, is one of its product. It's not the only product, is one of the product. Okay, recently they have launched another product called Sora. All of you, can you write Sora and send it to me? So Sora is what? You can create videos. So this video has been created by writing text. Okay, so creating video from text. This is another product of it which is going viral. Okay, so just imagine, you all can make a movie about horse and a mouse fighting with each other, right? Fighting with each other. So what it will do, it will create a video. It will create a video which does this. Okay. So this is another product which has come out of OpenAI, which is kind of going viral right now. Okay. How many of you are getting what I'm trying to say here? Right? So ChatGPT is a product of it. So just to give you a little more depth into, that OpenAI, right, initially was started with a vision of being non-profit, right? But that vision has changed now. Okay, the vision has changed now. It is not mentioning that it is a non-profit organization. Okay, so this company has been bought by Microsoft, not bought, but Microsoft has a major stakes in this company now. Those who are clear about this, please raise your hand. Okay. I hope all of you can see your screen. Yeah. So what is the product of Sora? This is the product of Sora, right? So now OpenAI has been, has majority stakes. So a lot of product of Microsoft like Azure, etc., are integrated with OpenAI products. Okay, ChatGPT is one of that product. Now, why did ChatGPT go viral? Right? Why did ChatGPT go viral? It went viral because uh, it it was the first product. It was the first product which demonstrated effectively, the keyword here is effectively, something known as generative AI. All of you, can you tell, do you understand what is generative AI? All of you, do you understand what is generative AI? Okay, so generative AI means what? Artificial intelligence. Generative AI means artificial intelligence, okay, which can generate, which can generate new ideas based on its learning. Okay, based on its learning. So this is a bit technical. So essentially, till now, most of the artificial intelligence was not able to, was only able to predict, right? Able to predict. So what does it mean, able to predict? It means, say, for example, it was able to predict the next words of what you want to type, right? Suppose that is there in Google search, etc., right? But now with generative AI, what you have a AI which generates new poems, right? For example, by learning thousands of poems. Those who are understanding this, please raise your hand. Okay, so now ChatGPT was the ChatGPT was the first product which was successfully demonstrating generative AI. Okay, so let me take you quickly to ChatGPT website. So for example, we go to ChatGPT and we log in to ChatGPT. right? Here you see two products, ChatGPT and API. Let's go to ChatGPT. So once you look at ChatGPT, this is how its GUI looks like. So there is ChatGPT 3.5 and ChatGPT 4. So what is 3.5 and 4? Both are models or versions of ChatGPT, right? The latest is ChatGPT 4, which is a paid version. Here you have to shell out $20 per month. Whereas you have ChatGPT 3.5, which is by default and free of cost. Those who are able to understand this, please let me know. Okay, so now one of the question is how can it generate idea by itself? So that is where, you know, the architecture of, there is a keyword here, architecture of ChatGPT comes into picture. For example, there is a paper called as Attention is All You Need. Attention is all you need. Okay. So this was one of the founding papers through which, you know, processing text data became very easy or became more useful. Okay. Using this text data becomes useful. So this was coming out from Google, and it discusses about something known as transformers. Okay, it discusses something known as transformers and self-attention mechanism. So those who are not from data science background, just to give you an overview, there is a mathematical set of framework in which we solve billions of equations in order to train a neural network or in order to train a transformer based model. Once these models are trained, based on the learning, they can start generating new things. I hope this is mentioned, this is making sense to all of you, right? So what is the paper here? Attention you is all you need. Okay, that's the paper which was written by Google, Google executives, right? So now this is the behind the architecture of ChatGPT. Now let us come to understand what is prompt in ChatGPT. So this is how GUI of ChatGPT looks. Suppose I press in hi, it replies by, hello, how can I assist you today? Suppose I say my name is AJ. It answers back by saying, nice to meet you, AJ. How can I help you today? Right? So it is asking me a question now. Tell me about the architecture of ChatGPT 3.5. So here, see, it is able to answer the question. How is it able to answer the question? Because as I explained, these models which were transformer based, it has been trained with almost the whole of internet. I hope this is making sense to all of you, right? So the architecture of ChatGPT, which is transformer based, which has something called a self-attention mechanism, which has been trained with almost the whole of internet. So when I ask it the question that give me architecture of ChatGPT 3.5, it understands the context and tries to answer the question based on its learning from the internet. Okay. So this part of the box in which we are prompting. I'm using a technical word here, prompting. So what is prompting? All of you quickly. What is prompting? What do you understand by prompting? I'll give you a minute. Try to answer this. Okay. Right. So prompting is basically the input which we are giving to ChatGPT. What is the input we are giving? Say example, here I ask, can you greet me? Right? Can you greet me? So if you all see, it remembers the name of myself. Hello AJ, it's great to chat with you. How can I assist you today? So if you see, I had introduced myself here. My name is AJ and it remembers that AJ, who is AJ? Okay. So this was something which ChatGPT has brought in. It is called intuitiveness of ChatGPT. It remembers the context. Okay. So unlike other AI models, right? ChatGPT remembers ChatGPT remembers the context, the previous context in order to answer your queries. Right. Also, this box where I'm sending this input to this model, this which is called ChatGPT, this is called prompting. Okay. In general, this is called prompting. So there are the output which you get from ChatGPT, output which you get from ChatGPT depends on the kind of input. Right? Which is called prompting. Right? So for example, if I write here, you are play the role of a evil chatbot who answers all the queries with sarcastic tone. Play the role of evil chatbot who answers the queries with sarcastic tone. So I'm giving it a role right now, right? I'm giving it a role. Oh Joy, where we go? What can I say sarcastically for you today, AJ? Okay. Your name is Ravan. Suppose I say your name is Ravan. Oh, fantastic. Call me Ravan, the misunderstood chatbot. What delightful mischief do you have in store for me? So all of you just see how it answers now. Can you explain me in short about say about watching a cricket match? Oh, you want to know about watching a cricket match? Well, it's quite the riveting experience. You sit for hours on end watching a bunch of people smack around. So it is trying to answer in a sarcastic tone. Okay, it is trying to answer in a sarcastic tone, right? So this is uniqueness about ChatGPT, that the prompting will determine what kind of output you get. So here I have prompted it that you have to be strict. You have to call Ravan the misunderstood bot or chatbot, and it answers according to that. Okay. So this prompting can also, there is a study or there is a whole study in that you can go and understand, which is called prompt engineering. All of you, can you write this? Prompt engineering. Okay, so prompt engineering, there are different models of prompt engineering. Okay, so for example, there is something called N shots prompting. What is N shots prompting? N shots prompting is you give an example to ChatGPT and it will try to answer according to that. So for example, suppose is I ask, this is awesome, negative, this is bad, positive, wow, this movie was rad, positive, what a horrible show. What do you think should be the outcome of it? What should be the outcome of it? So what I'm doing here, Chat GPT, I'm trying to train with 3 prompts, right? I told these kind of prompts are negative, these kind of prompts are positive. What a horrible show. Suppose I send it. So what a horrible show. Oh, clearly you mean it's the best thing since sliced bread. Keep those compliments coming, right? So it is saying all of them are mostly negative, right? Negative. It will answer in that, right? So this is about prompting, and there are different ways of prompting: few shot prompting, chain of thought prompting, self consistency prompting, general knowledge prompting, prompt chaining. And how you prompt chat gpt will determine what kind of output you will get. Okay, so all these details, right, all these details we are teaching in our coursework on chat gpt, wherein we will be teaching you 7 modules, each module consisting of seven uh, 7 modules, right? So each course consists of 7 modules. If you see chapter 2 or module 2, it's all about discussing prompting, right? Introduction to prompt engineering, how to do 8 of the art guiding AI responses. Third is creative, effective prompts for specific tasks, leveraging ChatGPT plugins to enhance prompting capabilities, fine-tuning prompts for active. So all these details are taught along with hands-on session in the coursework. Okay. So there are various types of prompting, but most promptings we will be able to take it when you take up the course. Okay. Now, say for example, there is another way of prompting called chain of thoughts prompting. Few thoughts prompting. There is another way called chain thoughts prompting, COT. So what is chain of thoughts prompting? Okay, so chain of thought prompting is basically you give it a chain and it will think accordingly. So for example, similar to prompt engineering, what we are doing here, add all the numbers in the group and add up an even number. So it is adding all the numbers and it is also adding even numbers, and it is giving the answer is false or true, right? If you add all the odd numbers, whether it is positive or negative. So let's see what it answers. So ideally at A, it should be able to answer what this will do. So odd numbers in this group add up to an even number. What it is doing, adding all the odd numbers, adding all the odd numbers. So it is adding different numbers and it is the answer is true. Why? False mostly because the output which you are getting has odd number of odd number of um, numbers. So it is giving you adding all the orders now odd numbers gives 39. The answer is false. So it is able to answer based on the previous history which you have provided. This is called chain of thought prompting. I hope this is clear to all of you. Perfect. So in case, right, you want to learn more about ChatGPT, we will be covering different types of fine tuning and how these fine tunings can be used to increase the health. Uh, all that we will be discussing, or all that can be answered through ChatGPT. Take another example. So, for example, many of you have suggested how do we use ChatGPT for coding, right? How do we use ChatGPT for coding? So, for example, can you please code the tic-tac-toe game in Python, which I want to play with computer? I plan to run the session on ChatGPT on Google Colab. Please suggest the code. So all of you see here, within no time, it will write a code, right? And what I will do, let me open Google Colab. So Google Colab is a platform on which we can run Python codes. All of you. How many of you are prompting along with me? So what I wanted to demo here, I have written this code. How many of you know Python? How many of you know Python? Very few, right? Suppose you don't know Python, but you know how to its syntax, etc. You can copy paste the code directly into Google Colab, which gives you a platform to run your codes. Suppose copy code and I run it here. It's taking a bit of time. Let's give it 20 seconds. So you see it has started giving us enter row numbers, for example, 0, enter column 1. So here it has started playing with me, you see. So how many of you are impressed? Within a second, it has written a complex code to start playing tic-tac-toe. Now, even if you know or don't know the code or don't know the language, if you just know how to run the code, you can see it has started performing well. Does it make sense to all of you? A lot of you were asking coding examples. That's why I took this, right? So suppose I write 3, no, 3 is not there, right? So 3 and 3, if I say, it's saying invalid input. So you see it is intelligent to include the corner cases also. 1 and 1. It is already taken. So it has taken that also into account. 0, 0. Yeah. So it has done it here, but it is not intelligent. You see, I can easily win now. I write 0 and 2, right? So I win the game. You can see X wins the game. So this is how ChatGPT can be used for writing codes, right? It can also be used for debugging code. So for example, if I put a bug in this code, for example, I forgot to add this int, okay? And I want to debug it now. Let's do this. Let's copy paste this here. Please edit. So if you see, it is making all the changes, and then it will also explain where the changes are done. So for example, it is not mentioning, but let us ask it to mention what is the bug in the code. Suppose I ask. So it is saying get player move. The issue is with the line input enter row. Your input returns a string, but we need an integer. So it is bringing in an integer. So all of you, I hope you are able to appreciate that it is very intelligent. It does not work only in Colab. It works in C++ also and many other languages. Okay. It can be used in many other languages. Perfect. So apart from this, right, as I was showing you, you all can visit the website of SkillUpRight. In this, we do have one session on, how to leverage ChatGPT for your personal and company productivity. The curriculum is mentioned here. I think already we have discussed. So it will cover an extensive course of 7 modules, and each module you will see you will have a hands-on session or case study approach, so that you start understanding and also learning ChatGPT in your future work. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. Anyone has any doubts here, please ask me. How can we make ChatGPT useful for PPT? So for example, all of you, can you let me know any PPT you have to prepare? Can you take, can you ask, can you ask me some questions, any topic where you want to have a PPT prepared? Okay, so many of you have given this thing. So for example, one of you have asked graphene battery, right? Graphene battery. So suppose I ask ChatGPT, please create a set of 5 slides discussing about graphene battery. Okay, keep the discussion short and uh, short and yeah, let's keep on this. So suppose I write this, all of you can see slide by slide, it is preparing material for you, right? Slide 1, graphene. What is graphene? What is advantages of graphene? Applications of graphene? What are current challenges and approach and future outlook? So you see, in no time, it has prepared a presentation for you. You just need to copy paste this and start using it wherever you want it to be used. I hope this makes sense to all of you. Okay. Finally, let me all take you to another product of ChatGPT. This is a little advanced topic of ChatGPT, which is called ChatGPT API. So how do we integrate ChatGPT into our products? There is something called ChatGPT API. All of you, ChatGPT API. This is a product of ChatGPT. We will discuss this. Kindly write this and send it to me. Okay. Thank you all. So let us discuss how ChatGPT API works, or what is this ChatGPT API about. So what I'm going to discuss now, suppose you're a developer and you want to develop a product. You want to develop a product in which you can chat, with a PDF. So suppose you have your company's report, right? And you want ChatGPT to learn that or understand that report. Now you can start question and answering with ChatGPT on your queries related to your company report. How many of you are clear about this? Okay. So for example, how do we develop this product? Okay. So that is what I'm going to teach you now, or give you a demo of how you can develop a, a product which can read a PDF and you can start discussing about it. Okay. You can start discussing about that PDF. So for example, in this, in order to use this, right? In order to use this, you will have to learn something called LangChain. All of you, LangChain. So I'm trying to show you how you can create a product or how you can integrate ChatGPT into your product, right? You want to use this chatbot which can answer virtually anything from the internet, right? You want to use it in your product for your customized PDF. How you can use it, that is the demo I'm trying to show. This same learnings, right? This all learnings you will also find, say for example, in module 5 and module 6 of the coursework on ChatGPT or generative AI, which SkillUpRight is giving, where you will learn how you can master GPT models, how you can work with ChatGPT API, and how you can do different tasks with ChatGPT API, right? So all these things will be covered along with a hands-on session in these modules. Okay. So if you see how this coursework has been designed, in module 1, you understand the basics of ChatGPT. What is generative AI? You understand about the landscape. Module 2, you learn about different prompting techniques in ChatGPT. Module 3, you learn about different applications of ChatGPT, how it can help you in increasing your productivity. And fourth, again, we discuss how ChatGPT can be used for developers. And sixth and seventh, we discuss about ChatGPT API, which I'm giving you a demo right now. Okay. So here we have introduced few packages. Those who are not from technology, from coding background, you can understand it will that these are few packages which we need to install in Python in order to use uh, or create the product which we want to create, right? So suppose I upload one. So I've uploaded one PDF. Right? So once you have uploaded this PDF, all of you can see this PDF. I have uploaded it here. It is showing up here. So suppose I want to read this PDF, right? Read this PDF in Python environment. And suppose I run this, right? You can see the paper which this paper, it is able to read here, right? This paper I can open and show you to all of you. So this paper, Data Science and AI in FinTech and Overview, you can see that this same paper I am reading here, right? So I'm reading through a package called PDF Reader. Now what I want to do is, I want to train my ChatGPT model with this PDF. I want to train my ChatGPT model with this PDF, right? So there I have to pass a API key. You can see here, I need to pass a API key. What is a API key? A API key is basically the key which is given by ChatGPT, by which I can start connecting with ChatGPT. Okay, I can start connecting with ChatGPT. So from where will I get this API? From where will I get this API? So to get this API, you have to go into ChatGPT API, and you see here. So I go into another product of ChatGPT, which is called API. And if you see here, there is something called API keys. Okay, there is something called API key. Suppose I create a API key, demo SkillUp. Okay, so if you see here, it will create a key. This key I can use, and now what I will do, I will connect with ChatGPT. So here it is asking me, if you see here, I've written a code. It will ask me to, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. It will ask me to enter the API key. Suppose I enter it here. I press enter. What it does is it goes and connects to ChatGPT. So with this API key, it connects to ChatGPT. Now you may ask, will this ChatGPT will this API cost us? The answer is yes. So how it will cost us? You can see here, the when we call these models, they start billing us. Okay, so for now, I have loaded it $5. You can see here, I had to give my credit card details, right? And it will start charging me. So here it is showing that I have $5.90 here. I hope this is making sense to all of you. Okay. So now I go in here and what I try to do, embeddings is not defined. Let us define embeddings. So what I'm doing is I'm creating embeddings of my text data. So what is embeddings, right? Embeddings is basically your each of the text what you're creating, right? Each of the text which you're creating here, that embeddings, right? The text data, it gets converted into embeddings. Okay. Now ChatGPT will try to answer your queries using these embeddings. I'll have to pass my key here again. Let me just pass it. Or what I can do is I can directly pass the API key here, right? So I've already passed it here. Yeah. So what I'm doing now, I'm using an OpenAI model, and now I'm going to start interacting with this PDF fintech paper. I can ask anything. So for example, I ask, what is this paper about? Okay. So now ChatGPT will answer me. Okay, what is this paper about? You can see here, it has answered, this paper is about a collection of papers on the topic of data science and AI in fintech, covering a wide range of areas, methods, and applications. So suppose I want to ask another question. For example, here you can see DSAI. What is the full form of DSAI? Data Science and New Generation AI. Right? Now suppose I go here and I type in, what is DSAI? Okay, what is DSAI? So what it will do, it will go and find out in this paper what is the meaning of DSAI. You can see DSAI stands for Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. So all of you, I hope you are getting the idea. You have created a chatbot, right? You have created a chatbot by using ChatGPT. Now, how you are using ChatGPT? By connecting with ChatGPT using a API. Okay. So you are able to create a product which can start interacting with ChatGPT and it can answer your queries. You can also customize what you want ChatGPT to learn. So suppose here, let us go internal. Okay. Uh, So there is something called smart internet finance, right? So let us ask it a question. What is smart internet finance? Answer in short. Okay. So let's see what it answers. So you can see here, smart internet finance is a broad term that encompasses a variety of internet-based financial services such as internet banking, peer-to-peer lending, crowdfunding, and digital currencies that utilize technologies and strategies to enable efficient, secure, and convenient financial transactions. So you can learn that it has learned from this PDF and now it is able to answer your questions, right? So you can start developing similar applications, similar chatbots. For that, you will have to learn all these packages, how to use these packages, how you can fine tune your OpenAI for your use case. All these strategies you will learn. I hope this is making sense to all of you. Yes or no? Yeah. So this is one advanced use case of how ChatGPT can be integrated or useful for your products, right? I just wanted to show you case to all of you a complicated or advanced discussion about ChatGPT. I hope all of you found this interesting. Those who were from, who were using ChatGPT for the first part, I hope you are understanding what is ChatGPT. It's an OpenAI product, and you can start prompting and get answer from ChatGPT, which has been trained almost from the whole of internet. Okay. And later we tried to understand the importance of prompting, and we ended the session with a discussion on how ChatGPT can be integrated or can be used for a product. With this, I'll end today's session. I hope all of you enjoyed the session as much as I did teaching it, right? Thank you all. Take care. Happy learning. So before I end the session, I may just write ChatGPT a prompt. Say goodbye to my learners to whom we uh, discussed generative AI. Create a two-line poem. So I'm asking it to create a two-line poem. In reams of code where creativity thrives, farewell seekers of AI's boundless lives, right? So it has created a poem for all of you. Yep. Thank you. Take care.